Hi everyone, this is Ben Dunnett from learnhowtoreadsheetmusic.com. In this short 2 or 3 minute video, I'm going to talk to you about bass clef. And we're going to look at why we need a bass clef, and also I'm going to teach you how to learn the bass clef. So first question, why do we need a bass clef? Well, in order to understand this, we need to just have a quick look at the treble clef. Here is a treble clef, and if you remember, this acts as a sort of code symbol at the beginning of a stave to tell you that certain lines and spaces correspond to certain notes. And if you put a middle C on treble clef, then it goes on that ledger line at the bottom. And what this means is that if you have a piece of music with lots of notes above middle C, then you don't have to use any ledger lines. You can put them all on the stave. Now, the simple reason we need a bass clef is if we have a piece of music where there are lots of notes below middle C. Because if we use the treble clef, we'd have to use lots and lots of ledger lines. But if you have a look at the bass clef here, then you'll see that you've got all of these different notes on the stave that you can use without having to use ledger lines, because this note here is actually middle C. Let's have a look at that with a keyboard. Here we go. I've put middle C as this red C in the middle here. All of these notes above middle C you can play without using ledger lines if you use a treble clef. Now, if you add a bass clef in, all of these notes below middle C, right down until a bottom E is the first time you actually have to use a ledger line. If you put a bass clef at the beginning, then you can put all the notes on there without having to use ledger lines. This combination of two staffs with the treble clef and the bass clef is sometimes called the grand staff, because it gives you such an enormous number of notes that you can write down and read without having to use ledger lines. So the reason we use a bass clef is because we want to try and reduce the number of ledger lines we have to use because they're difficult to read. So let's learn the bass clef note rhymes. G, B, D, F and A. Good boys do fine always. Not the greatest of rhymes. If you can think of a better one, please do. Bass clef spaces, all cows eat grass. Not technically true because some cows eat maize, but for the sake of learning how to read the bass clef, hopefully that will help. To get a head start on learning how to read music with my proven method, go to www.learnhowtoreadsheetmusic.com and sign up for a free starter pack. You'll receive free video lessons, practical activities and music theory worksheets, helping you begin the journey of taking your musicianship to the next level.